Good morning, everyone. That's right, it's morning time. It's 7:30 in the morning, and I'm going to start making supper. How am I going to do that? Just like this. I'm going to use my sun oven. If you've seen this before in the past, this is a really neat little device, and we're going to set it up now just to get it in place, and then we're going to start chopping everything up and making it. Today I'm going to be making, well, kind of roasts, kind of just steaks, but it's going to be a hodgepodge, but I think you're going to enjoy what happens.
So setup for this is extremely easy to do. It's a one-piece unit. I I can't remember if you put it together. I don't even think you even have to put it together when you get it in the box. Right now, I'm just kind of like checking it out and showing you guys. This is a one. Once it's together, this is one component. This is a one-piece unit. I'm kind of showing you, looking inside right now. We gotta set a few things up. It does come with these two ground stakes to keep it from blowing around in the wind because it is kind of lightweight. And this is the rack. You have to set this inside of here. It just kind of swings in place. And the thermometer or temperature gauge also comes with it. This is tempered glass. No, I'm not selling it to you. No, I'm not an affiliate. I'm just showing you one of my really cool toys. So they're all connected together. All the reflective plates are all connected together. And there's a little screw down there in the bottom. And all you have to do is push it up in there and turn it sideways. And that keeps the reflective plates from moving around because they're all connected to each other. Now it's all about orientation and angle. And I've decided to take it off this table because it's just going to be easier to get up on its leg and move it around and things like that. The uh, the neat thing about this is, like I said, it's all one unit, and this is the sign alignment gauge. And see that little shadow right there, that little light? It's not, I should be able to see it through those two peepholes, and it's not there, but that's okay. We're just going to set this up for right now, kind of basically orient it, and then we'll get it set up a little bit better when we go to get ready. And the sun is going to come right over the top of those trees, so don't worry about those trees. Today is going to be, there's actually a UV index today that they're saying it's going to be pretty darn warm. This dish is actually pretty simple and it's easy because it's very rustic and it covers your starches, your vegetables and your meat. So your proteins, your vitamins, and there's a lot of calories in this meal. So I'm only putting one potato in here because I had made potatoes last night, and I'm just going to add those later if we're still hungry. Two people don't really eat a lot of potatoes, to be honest with you, and these aren't going to get mashed up. They're just going to get roasted. And then obviously I use some baby carrots. We're going to throw those guys in there because Julie loves carrots. I'm not super duper fan, but I'm kind of more of a fried carrots kind of guy. If you're not familiar, then you should probably look that up because they're absolutely delicious. But we're going to put enough carrots in here just to add color. I feel like Julia Chaz.
This is really the kind of first course that I like to start a fancy dinner.
And make Julie happy. We're gonna mix this up so it looks pretty. Give it, I think I've kind of learned over the years that dishes should look good. And then now we're going to. This is an onion that I keep in the fridge because I never use all the onion. And I'm kind of finicky about like what onions I use in this because I want it to look good when I put it in the oven. And so I hate these. It's like these are useless little things, these little internal rings of the onion. I want it to be like, oh, like just it looks when you think of an onion, I think of onion rings, and that means that big circles of onions, and I think that that's the way it should be. And these onions I'm going to throw in the fridge because we'll probably have hamburgers maybe today for lunch or maybe tomorrow. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It's pretty. Now for the spices. So we've got this fancy salt. This is non-iodized salt. It has a completely different flavor that the girlfriend loves. I got some pepper here. I love to have the peppercorn in there, but I also we like the white pepper. The white pepper actually tastes better, but it's hard to find white pepper grinders. And then there's the beef. And then this is where the story is going to get a little crazy, because something's going to happen that you really need to pay attention to. Yeah, look at the price of that. And yeah, pay attention. So no beef is appropriately cooked without pepper and without salt in copious amounts. This is where I screwed up. I just put the iodized salt on there, but don't tell Julie that. So we're going to get some of her salt, which is actually better salt, and we're going to sprinkle that on there too, because with beef you can almost never have too much salt. We're going to pat that in, and things are going well. And now I need a couple other spices, and I don't like to double spice the meat on both sides with a roast unless I have to. So we're going to throw a little bit more salt on there. That's right, a little bit more salt, and we're going to put a little bit more pepper. And then we're going to start a journey called the epic fury of garlic salt and that stuff. And I live in a humid climate, so things stick together.
I knew it. I knew this was going to happen.
And I had to cut a lot of cuss words out of this one. There's just no way we could eat this meat. Even though I looked at it, I'm still seeing some on there. I'm so mad.
Damn it.
Because I can't do anything about this. And now it means that I have to go to the store. So I was really pissed. And I just wasn't happy at all. So I headed out to the local store, went to the closest one there was, and no, it wasn't Walmart, Alan. Got what I needed, and I was like, do I need both? So I'm going to get garlic and onion powder, some garlic, salt, and onion powder. And let's get some meat, and then, okay, what's this? Oh, yeah, I'll take that one. Definitely. So, trying to get home. There's not a lot of... My God, the price of stuff is crazy. What did I just throw in the trash? Oh, the drive. The great drive. The reward for living in the country that never stops giving, no matter what you do. But there's always a surprise at the end of the road.
These birds just don't care. Just don't care. I just drove around these guys. The mamas and daddies. This is the big flock. There's 3 adults and I don't know, like 15 young ones. Hopefully this thing isn't too fuzzy. And now you can't really see them.
So the conquering victor returns with the spoils of war. But hurt because he had to buy twice as much meat than he really needs. So we go through the rigmarole. We're going to get this sucker out. I mean, it's a big chunk of meat. It's a roast now. We're going to throw some of that pepper on there. And we're going to get some of that fancy salt, I think. I'm dubbing this as we speak. Yep, that's the fancy salt right there. And we're going to make sure we use copious amounts of that because it's good. And we got that onion powder. We're not going to bang these together. In fact, those are plastic containers. I've kind of learned my lesson, I think. I really like the glass ones. And this is the garlic salt. That's right, salt on top of salt. Pat that sucker in there, give it the nice little spanking that it deserves. Flip it over and do it all over again. Get all that pepper on there, that yummy salty goodness, and all the spices. Because why not? You only live once. And as I start to not be so mad about what has happened earlier with the outcome of the great epic fury meat debacle, I start to realize I'm going to see this thing come together in its glory and how beautiful it's going to be. Because I think that things should look good when you cook them, whenever you can possibly do, and that this does. So now it's a second to the last step. We can't just put this meat in this oven without some kind of moisture source. It's going to help to almost steam it a little bit, keep it moist. You like how I did that? And that's the kind of broth mix that I like to use. It's really strong. It's almost a beef broth. It really does the job on these roasts. So I guess the last step is butter. You can't have beef steak without butter. And I always want to make sure that I use copious amounts of it on the meat. You know, when you fry it, when you bake it. I mean, however you cook it, you should have butter on it.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Time to put it in the oven. So before I can put it in the oven, I've got to level it with the sun. And there's this little tool down here. I'm going to try and show it to you. It's actually really close. You guys can see that little sun spot. The idea is that the sun comes through these two little circles. And if it's on the bottom spot, then it actually is where it needs to be. So I actually need to lower it a little bit. It's too high right now, but that's okay. We're going to do that. All right, so all we got to do is push this little button in right here and spin it a little bit and then turn it back up and go right there. I think that's going to, do I need to go up? Oh, I need to go up, not down. All right, so let's go big or go home. Let's go all the way down here. Okay, I'm gonna call that a win. I could probably go more, but I don't really want to. Yeah, what the hell, one more. We've got steaks. Let's just go all the way and see what that does. And then you just take your steaks. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Just take your steaks and put it right through here, just so the wind, in case there's wind, and then it won't go anywhere. Then if you come back around here, you'll see that the circle is on the circle. And the only reason it's not perfectly centered is because I haven't turned it towards the sun, because I'm not going to. What I'm going to do is, oh, by the way, we're at 200 degrees inside there. What I'm going to do is, so the sun's right there. I'm going to lose it here in a little while, right? But I want to come out and find it. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this so that the sun isn't perfectly aligned with it, but the sun is over here. I'm sorry, the sun is over here. That way when it rotates, it'll keep the sun in the collector.
So now we just got to spin this sucker around so that it's facing the sun and it's at the right angle. I mean, we got the right angle, but we want to set it up so that we're going to be getting maximum sunlight through here. It's really a simple process. And then you just have to look across the top of it and you'll see what I'm saying, where the sun is. It's going to clear those trees, hopefully, and it's going to give us what we want.
Oh, going in the oven. Oh, it's nice and hot in there. It's about 9:15 right now. We're gonna let the sun do its work all day long.
One hour later.
So you got to go out and inspect it. You got to come out and look at it. You got to check and make sure that got temperature on it, that things are fitting right, that the alignment is good, that you're pointing it at the sun. And that means you have to move a few things around and make adjustments. And yeah, it's going to cook it all for you.
You can really see the condensation building up on it. And if you look, I'll try and zoom in for you guys. You can see where I could put it right over that hole, but what I want to do is I want to put it so that it's not quite on it. I feel like I need to check the rack. It doesn't seem like it's, no, the rack is the rack setting level? I better check it. Glass is going to be hot. Use the handle. We're at 200 degrees. It is not setting level, but it smells great. Woo, that's hot. This pot is a little too big for this oven. I'm trying to get it in there so it'll go there. Making a mess. Should have had a heat glove. Might as well give you guys a look inside. That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Everything appears to be in order, and now I can go do my regular stuff I'm going to do throughout the day and just come check on this about every 2 hours, and it's going to be delicious.
So it's been 4 hours. I'm going to turn it one more time, and that's going to be it for the day.
So I'm resetting my alignment to the sun, maximum exposure, maximum heat. I'll show you in a second.
You can see that's direct sunlight right there. It's still very moist inside of there. I mean, we can't even see. Looks like the temperature's locked right in at 200 degrees. So this thing's going to be pretty good when it's done. I think now it's time to get a little bit of work done around the house.
So this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the sun oven itself. I don't make a single penny. I normally make one of these videos per year, but I'm doing this one now because I truly enjoy cooking in the sun oven. I'm going to have a supper ready for me that's going to be nutritious, scrumptious, and it's not going to be survival food. The nice thing about cooking with the sun is that you're thriving and you're not surviving. Sometimes we just have to really think our way through these things, and you could be doing something else way more productive and use zero energy if you have yourself a sun oven. So it's really up to you. So I would look into it.
So with experience, I know that this thing's done cooking, that's for sure. It's the temperature is still right around 200 degrees, but it's not getting anything because I paid attention to the weather report, and that's what you really have to do. These cloudy skies, it's not really going to do much for you. Wintertime, it can work if you can get it indoors into a big room that, or a big window that has lots of sunlight coming through. It can work. I've done it before in the past. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Holy crap! What's that? Let's find out. Yeah, my dinner is done, and I'll probably eat it in about an hour. So what I'm going to do to make sure that we don't go crazy bonkers is I'm just going to close this sucker up and let it sit here. And I'll come get it in an hour. Now for the final unveiling. Here we go. Straight out of the oven. Look at that. Wow. Get some of them juices. Oh, this meat is just tender. It's just going to fall apart. Get some of these juices. Put those on top of it. Wow. Need to get this on a plate. Everything is cooked to perfection. Yep. It's perfect. Guess let's first get it out onto a plate to cut. Probably just going to fall apart. It's just falling apart. You don't even have to cut it. It's just falling apart. Ooh, all right there. Look at that. So if I get a focus on that, there we go. You don't even have to cut it, just falls apart. Get it on plates. Just finished supper. Oh my God, so good. The meat just fell apart, and it was kind of odd because the meat just absorbed all of the juices. It was just really, really good. I do highly recommend you guys look into this. I'll leave a link in the description. I don't make any money off of it. Now I've got to clean that out. So there's a pitfall, a very, very dangerous, hard pitfall for owning a solar oven. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. This week's video is on YouTube. Next week's video is on the Patreon. That's the link.